The memories of the mayhem of the Islamabad protests in November have hardly faded, and it's time to brace for possibly the next one. There are signals of a fresh face-off that are brewing in Pakistan between the former Prime Minister Imran Khan's PTI and the government. And it is pretty clear that Team Shehbaz Sharif at this moment is a pretty worried lot. And our next report gets more details.
Imran Khan may be down, but he's certainly not out. His latest offensive, an ultimatum to the government warning what he calls a civil disobedience movement if his demands are not met. His deadline, December 14th. Khan also announced a mega rally in Peshawar a day earlier on the 13th to pay homage to those killed during the PTI's Islamabad protest. His demands: release of political prisoners facing trial, establishment of a judicial commission to investigate crackdowns on his men on November 26th and May 9th. The PTI has claimed at least 12 of its workers were killed, at least 1,000 were arrested during protests in November. Khan even announced a 5-member negotiation team to discuss issues with the government. For the immediate term, the government is out pushing cases against him. Khan and 100 others were indicted Thursday on charges of inciting attacks against the military. The case stemmed from anti-government rallies by his party in the last year. The Pakistani court has also issued a fresh arrest warrant against Khan's wife, Bushra B, in the Tosha Khana graft case that could land her back in jail. The Pakistan Army has stepped in too, with Army Chief General Asim Munir calling for strict laws on free speech. A commanders' conference in Rawalpindi raised concerns over quote-unquote unethical use of freedom of expression, obviously a direct reference to Khan and his PTI. There are signals also to show that Team Khan has got the government alliance worried and calculating. Sharif has spoken of the need for a more permanent solution to protests. He has urged the need for tough decisions to end the culture of what he calls disruptive protests to ensure national stability. Then PPP's Murtaza Bhutto and Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif have met frequently on the PTI protest issue. The PPP has opposed the submitted resolution to ban the Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, even reportedly asking the government to mainstream the party. A new video shows Bushra B resurfacing, her first appearance after leading the Islamabad protest. Bibi was seen meeting the family of a PTI worker killed in clashes with cops. What's clear is the face-off is brewing again. Protests, rallies and mega marches by Imran Khan or in his absence by his wife and party men have become an almost integral part of Pakistan's political landscape in the last year and a half. Dates for the next one are out, and one wonders what extreme dimensions this one will take. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
All right, now to give us more perspective in terms of what is happening at this moment in Pakistan, we are joined in this broadcast by Dr. Jameel Khan, who's a former ambassador and also a senior analyst, and he's joining us live on this broadcast. Ambassador, thank you very much indeed, sir, for taking time out and speaking to us here in WION. And let me in fact start off by asking you this. Now, Imran Khan, who at this moment is sitting inside the Adiala prison in Rawalpindi, has issued an ultimatum yet again, and has also put forth a series of demands to the government. Do you think this ultimatum is something that will be taken seriously in Islamabad and also in Rawalpindi?
Well, I think the atmosphere is heating up, it's not that it started now, but the last couple of months, it's gradual trajectory of tension. So that definitely is being enhanced, but at the same time, the security forces seem to be well prepared. Although in our part of the world, most of the South Asian countries, it's sometimes mishandled by the security forces. But it appears that both sides are really standing firm on their feet. The PTI wants to mourn and wants to carry on with this protest. And Khyber Pakhtunkhwa now, on the 13th of December, as a follow-up, any political party would like to have a follow-up and would like to have the momentum of the move which they make, and I think PTI is no exception. So they are doing that. To what extent this time government is going to take action, that the time would be the only judge for it. But last time, yes, there were very strong action against the protesters because they violated the order of the High Court, as the government states. And the High Court had very explicitly issued the judgment and the order that the venue where they reached the PTI, that's known as D-Chowk of Islamabad, that they would not really stage the protest there. However, the alternate place was not accepted by the political party, that is PTI. And that was the main cause of clash. No country, no individual, no person with a democratic mind would condone any kind of a loss of life. And as PTI says, the acting chairman of the PTI, it says that there are about 12 people, they lost their life in this very action which had taken place. On the other side, police has a claim that they also lost their lives and several people injured.
Now,
yes.
Now, Ambassador Khan, in Pakistan, they say for anyone to survive politically, it is important for them to have the favor of the army. Now, Imran Khan quite clearly has fallen out of favor from the army. Has in fact been indicted in a case for an attack on the army's GHQ. With that being the case, do you foresee any possibility of any kind of a patch-up between Imran Khan and the Pakistani army?
All the previous occasion, we had the strongest political party in Bhutto's time, that's known as Pakistan People's Party, and at that time they were really crushed to the highest degree. But then they again rose up and they did negotiate, and then ultimately the history of Pakistan, at least it says that in many other countries, the negotiation is the last solution, negotiation with the powers which matter. So yes, it's the government and supported by the armed forces, yes, and the constitutionally armed forces has no other choice but to support the government. In a country like Pakistan, where we had been having at times martial laws and authoritarian regime, so we have a different environment, and countries like Pakistan would have a different environment, and therefore the political parties normally are left with no choice but to negotiate with the power which matter.
Interesting. Yes. We'll have to see as to how things unfold there. Thank you very much indeed, Ambassador Khan, for joining us and getting us that perspective there.
My pleasure. Thank you.